Test, test. All right, here we go. Today is Wednesday. All those numbers came out today. Jackson Hole Summit is tomorrow. All right, so we're on the daily. All right, dollars creeping up in that fair value gap. Here we are. Thank you. Get rid of that. Trade through that fair value gap on or the block on the 4 hour. I'm probably gonna we're right back to it. So I mean, it's on the daily. Kind of looking at this daily order block here. Area of contention. Yesterday we ran up into this wick up here as suspected. Um, which is damn interesting. Let's take a look at that. But right now we're still moving sideways in between. What's this Monday's range? Tuesday. So if we come down here, run up, or just continue going lower to this weekly target that I had marked out. All right, so looking at the 4 hour, previous day was here. The daily constant encroachment getting close to it. Buyers respecting this new week opening gap here. And then down goes Frazier into this fair value gap here. On the 4 hour. So did I have this marked out? I did. I had this marked out. Um, this was a very high resistant liquidity run yesterday. I will admit. Had the recording, didn't stopped me maybe halfway through. Try to get it uploaded, but it's a good day overall. We just slips and cost us. But comparing that to where we are today or where we were last week, exceptional improvement. So no harm, no foul. Um, Nothing to be concerned about. Still doing good. I'll be right back. Yeah, market open up. This from yesterday. Go once that new day open again. This here. Oof, a lot up and down in this 1 hour candle. And we got really good. So we got a 5 candle run on the one. Did all this here. Failed to inverse this here. I was looking at it. Went up here, took that out. Tried to take it out. Now goes pressure. So I did find an entry. Look at that. Bear should have block. Going back up in there. See that. Try it again. Failed. So I did find an entry here. Right here. This is where I had my entry. Had it right at the high of this fair value gap. Should have been at the entry of it. It's only 8 points. When it came 6 points of drawdown. And aiming for these lows right here. Probably moved my stop loss up to here. But it got stopped out though with this retracement right there. Actually no, not necessarily true. And then our ultimate target was down here. So really good day yesterday. It's got a bit aggressive, active happens, but it's not the end all be all. It's got to come back like today, show up. But it's not trading. It's gonna be a tape read session today for the remainder of the week. So be all good. So there's our 5 candle run there. There's our inverse survey gap on the one. This is LTE on the weekly. On the daily, it's LTE on the daily. On the weekly, it's somewhere else. Let's take a look here. Yes, this is LT from this range here. Still on the inside bar, or inside of that range, so I'll keep that there. This here, move down here. This is a previous day low. Oh, this is actually today's low. So real time trading hours. So we back basically built that gap in. Uh, nice little inverse on the 15 right here. This is likely to be inversed. Here it is. I was like, this is mid range between these two. Actually, these two up there. Just to cut those all out. Look at that smooth highs up there. Now who cares? Take those smooth highs out. Now who cares? Push up, I'll get rid of that. It's 15-minute. Over here. We had that marked out yesterday. Very good. We didn't take any trades into it though. And eventually we'll be able to get there. We can walk away with confidence that we can take a trade up there or hours later in the day. I'm typically the type that wakes up in my session. This is beginning to be going to lunch session. If there's something there for me to take, I'll take it. If not, I'm probably not gonna open charts up at the end of the day. I'm just gonna continue moving. All right, so what we got going on the 15 on the one? Um, something like this here. It's not what I'm looking for. It's too wide of a stop loss here. Um, there will be opportunities where we will be able to take something like this. This is 40 points. Just not me just so yet, but this is 50% of the range that we were running inside of, so pretty convenient. Here we are here. Nice 50% of this range here. At the start of a new candle, so I mean we could take it, but it's like it's a low probability trade setup, so we won't go full size on it. Instead, we'll just if anything wait for like confirmation like this inverse, and then we would have to take these lows as our new target. It's just 36 points. There's a bull short block here is 16 points. The low this here is 24 points. So that's almost 2.5 trades. 2.5 trades. Right? So you can take it, but is it worth 2.5 trades? That's the question. And now we're coming back in this area, so this would be an ideal area to consider going long. Still here, 10 points is here. Very tight stop loss. Still within that fair value gap range. Right. And the idea would be to run up to this new day open gap up here. given that we just came up here already, look look at that. So this is kind of like where we got caught up in yesterday. It's how early do we jump in this survey gap with the fact that we only want to risk 10 points. And question of that is you put your stop loss at the low of the second candle in the fair value gap. So that'll be down here. And then you look at where our 10 points from here, that'll be down here. Line with this bullish short of black here. Whereas coming in right here, clicking down, stopping you out, wanting to reverse back up. It happens often. And you also have this here. This number going down lower. I thought we are going to continue moving up higher. Right? And it could be very well yes. But again, this is on the 15-second. So you'll get a lot of movement, especially at the opening. In the 15-second chart. That can whip you out. Whereas here on the 5 yesterday, this was perfect. It's a 5-minute. Nice and tight. 8 points. And we went up 4 points, almost 5. Then we just came straight down here. So this is a trade I was in. I didn't execute at my stop loss again up here. I wanted to get in, but couldn't. But we did have another opportunity here, which, we missed the first opportunity, and then you look to scale in. Almost came up to 50%, but not quite. So far this looks good. They didn't come down. The candidate is bullshit black on the 1 inverse survey gap. This went down, so didn't take that out just yet. Inverse here. So if the stop loss is too wide for you, do have opportunities to get in after confirmation, which would be this inverse here. And the question is, where would you get in at? And we inverse this here, and this is a bear short of black, so now we'll back down 16 points. But here is your entry from that fair gap down to this one here. So that's 27 points of a gap. And here's 13 points, so a little bit higher, 3 points more. But that would be where you would ideally get in at if you weren't able to get in here. So these are also areas where you can scale in at, but you need to have conviction that the higher time frame is going to support the move higher. So now we got that. Jump out back to the 1. And again, we're just accumulating here. So, given that I'm always looking for areas to get in at, this is a valid move. Question is, how high do you expect it to go? And are you going to respect your stop loss? You got to have a tight stop loss if you're going to be flirting with the 15-second in the area of consolidation, just to make sure the game. Right now, we're in a holding pattern on the week because of the Jackson Hole Summit, corner ICT. So that's just gonna happen. Stop loss most likely gonna get hit. They'll need to go down to the 1 or the 15-second. Kind of have like a flag. Right, we gotta have this pattern here. Right. So this is also another reason why ICT says to keep your stop loss before or make the recent swing low, because you have something like this. So this does look like a bull flag. Ideal to be moving up past this due to the opening gap here. Try to break through this 15-minute bear short of black up here. And, we do have these swing highs up here. So, these are like real low objective targets. And we're gonna get a lot of these when you're moving sideways, and you may take one out, and you may move the other direction. Um, Boom, 15. So right here, right here. So we could take this out here, and then move back down into this range right here. Um, then we do have previous day's highs up here. That's what this is. All right, so would be a valid target if you want. You can move that up here. So that would require us to break through this the week opening gap. So good identification, good entry. Let's take a look here. So stop loss on experience, what 16 or 6 points of drawdown. So here's 10 points is where I wanted to have my stop loss right at the low here. All right. So that's good there. Mm, so here, like I said, hit that. Boom. All right. So small objective reached. And 15-second, we do have this fair value gap here. And ideally, you want to see it stay above the 50% area. 1 minute forming a fair value gap here. Look at the bodies here. So you want to see us at least get up above this here. If not, fine. We did have external range liquidity. Now we're back into internal range liquidity. We have this entire range right in here. And then we have this bullshit block here that we're still working with. All right, I do believe we're in a new 15-second. Yeah, so we're looking at 15 seconds. So this is not bearish. This is definitely bullish for this to be bearish. So we did take this out. So ideally, we would want to see a retracement here. Not a reversal, but a retracement. Retracement will be into this fair value gap right in here, right? So we can mark this out. See this range right here? It's 50% OTE. So you're going up a lot of points here. You know, you came up, you got your 50 points on the day, and now you're giving about 20. Or we got more than 50. We got 80 points. We got 80 points in there. So we're giving up about 30. So stop loss from here to here is 80. So I'll say about here is where 50% of that range would be. Yeah, so this is where we'd have our stop loss. It's like, oh man, we got a stop loss right in the fair value gap, and oh man, we're giving up profit here, and we should just took this out here, and oh, man, now we're giving this up now, man. Okay, well, look. I mean, this is how the game has to be played. You know, definitely want to move your stop loss up, maybe here. So this is a wick here, but again, this is a bear short of block here. Took out a higher time frame drawn liquidity. We do have this bullish short block here on the 5. So on the 5, we did close about this new day opening gap here. So that's cool. It's getting down there, 50%. So this is good. Now, if none of this, if you didn't get into any of this here, where would your next entry be? Um, here's that's 29-point range. Um, 15 points would be here, and that lines up with 50% there. So if this is 15 points, stop loss will be here. That's right above OT, still in the premium. So you may want to see that come down just a little bit lower before you want to enter in on that. Or you would have to use some of the profit that you currently have to scale in, right? So that's how that works. So we're just chilling here at this new day opening gap. I do believe we can go a little bit higher, but this would be a ideal target given the um, nature of affairs right now. We're in that holding pattern. So like I mentioned, we're moving sideways, consolidating. It's best that you take your profits at the nearest point of interest, high time frame, draw liquidity, or else you're gonna have to withstand some drawdown like this here. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just how it is. So I like how this lines up nicely. So we could very well come hit this here. Boom. Again, take profit. Be right here. Now we're in the macro session. So if this comes down here, then we'll be out on the trade with, and that's fine. We'll be out on the trade. And bullshit block here on the 5. And again, this is valid. You can very well wick down here and move back up. That happens, you could very well look on the right hand side for fair value gap to form, bearish order block to form, like this here. Right. So let's say we close here, a body, nice solid body here. And then we come down, wick down, hit that, come back up, green, close above it, and come back down into this area right here. This will be your entry. We do have a fair value gap right here. Let's see if this inverse is here. This inverse is here, then that'll be telltale sign that we could very well find another entry after a move to a discount or to a bullish PD array on the right hand side of that. So you're at the 5-minute order block, and this is where we try to be right. We try to sit on our hands, we try to hope and pray, and hold our breaths for the stop loss not to get hit. And at times we may move it lower. So and I'm moving lower. I don't want to get hit, and I'm very convinced it's going to be a bullish run. Want to hold on to it for longer. I just gave up 38, 40 points already. But look here. Let's see if this wants to inverse here. See that coming out? The candles OT, higher time frame OT, the lower time frame OT, higher time frame, 5-minute bearish order block or bullish order block. 15-minute bullish order block is here as well. It's very rare we can run out to. All right, that looks good there. So now we can get in here. We're looking for a fair value gap to be formed here. Very well a OT from this low here to wherever this high is going to be here. Come down, enter in there, scale in there again, move up. Could very well scale in once we get above this fair value gap here as well, which is an inverse, by the way. Body's not close below it, so it's still valid. See that bullshit block here on the one as well? See how the body's lined up with that? So you have this here, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? You can answer in on this. It's gonna be bullish. It's not gonna. It's gonna respect its inverse. It's gonna be bullish. It's 25 points. Entering right here, 5, 5. So that's 10 points. That's where you get out at. If it's gonna support, it's gonna support. So, but if it doesn't support, then just take your loss. Oh no, it's still moving up. It's still moving up. I was short on this, man. I was convinced to be short here on this, and man, it's still moving up. Still moving up. All right, yeah. So that bullshit black hell. Now we have this one here. This 15-minute bear short block from yesterday, 9:30. Could be area of contention for us. Just saying. So probably move my stop loss up here. So 33 minus 10 would be 23. So right now, 23 plus 60 is 83. You could have gotten out right here. You could have got right back in right there and doubled up some more and went up higher. Those are the types of trades, the types of positions, orders we want to see ourselves get involved in. We don't lust over it, what we fantasize over it, being able to up an account 200, 400% in a single trading day. And it's possible. I mean, right now we're at what? That hit 70. Okay, so we're at 90 points. So we got this move up here. That was 80. Sell at this high right here. Valid exit. Wait for your retracement down. OTE. Higher time frame. 5 and 15-minute bull shorter block. Get in here again. Get in. I don't know. Like, let's just say we got in here. There's almost 50 points here. That's about 50 points right there. You have the sense of pull. This is bearish. And then you get that. So now you got 150, 130, 130. So this run up here, I didn't see any areas to re-enter. So that's one step. Sell, come back down here, run up here again. That's 2 steps. Really, it's 2.5 because that first one was 1, but that just gives us 2, one additional bullet. So 2. So again, is your first step, first milestone. And then in the same trade, you get another. So that means you're at 2. So you 2 milestones, almost 2 milestones in the first trade. But let's just say you're almost at 2 milestones. Let's say you're at 17. You take the same 17, you put that on again, you get to 34 plus some because it's more than 50. Let's see here. Yeah, so we got in here. Here's your 50 here. So you'll be at milestone 3 in same trading day. But I'm convinced, we're gonna continue moving up higher on this one. So um, you may wanna just chill out milestone 3 at 4 bands. So you went from 1 to 4. Not bad. But this is good. This is what. Oh, okay, I see what's going on there. Yeah, I gotta. There's a 5 minute bed short up like there. Look here. Look at that. So look down in there. It is a 5 minute bed short. This is at 9:45. So again, the move up in here, it can happen, but you're gonna get a lot of back and forth. So Trace, all you want to do is really look at this here, accumulating here, run up, stage on here, air shoulder block down here, full shoulder block here. So it might hit this, and this here would be here. This is here, line up nicely again. So answering on this, I mean, if you answer on this, you're gonna have to scale your stop loss up, right? If you did not get out here or up here, we could just let this sit and brew. This may be a nice area to scale your stop loss up. If we can displace above this here, that'd be ideal. But we could come in just a little bit lower down here to this 5 minute bullish short black and this new day open gap down there. So uh, interesting. It's not showing me. So that's what's different. Let me figure this out here. Oh, we have previous day close this evening. So this is let's see. Let's load this here. So we got the price line. Hmm. So the way this trading day right now feels, this is how it should feel every time, every day, all the time. But when you're tense, when you're quote unquote active, it becomes very difficult to see these retracements just as normal. Um, Look at this here, bear shut up block, trying to struggle to get past this new the open gap here, and that's why you move your stop loss down right there. Though we could run up, come back down. Small little W. This might be OT. I don't know. Yeah. So we could just continue coming down here, back into this range right here, to this 15-minute bullish short block here, and move up higher, which means we would violate all that there, which is correct. We would violate all of that, right? So the question is, do you want to sit through that, trading futures on your budget? Probably not. So after this confirms to be a bear short block, when price below it, and this fails as a bear short block, this is where your stop loss, your original stop loss would be at, and that's where you get out at. But there's a lot of movement in here that we would have gotten out at long before he became down here. And areas to get in again at. And that's the game that you want to play. So just play it well. Part of playing it well is to be abreast to how it should be played, which is best done with no risk on, and you don't even need to click any buy or sell buttons. Absolutely none. You don't need to do any of that. So none that's necessary. See how we went up here? Bear shut up block. Survey gap. It's just like a low resistance liquidity run. See? So we had this really open gap here, and pull short block here, and looking at this range here. See this here, 50% LT. It's come straight deep, deep, deep down. So let's see what we get in these next 8 minutes. We could stay, and most may even come down here. This wick on the 15. Or that 15-minute or this new day open get me hold, or this bullshit block here on the 5-minute hold. So if we come down here, I honestly, we close below this, I'm probably gonna get out, lock in my profits, and if anything, come back down here and get in an entry again and go up higher. But again, we're moving sideways on a higher time frame. So this test of this internal range liquidity is valid. Um, or we just be done for the day. So I'll stay here for maybe. We're in a macro session right now. I'll stay in here maybe for the next hour. This is how things are looking on the 4-hour. Right. So we took out these highs yesterday from earlier today, 2 a.m. or whatever. We took those highs out. Nice close here without a wick. Now it's coming back down into this 4-hour bear shoulder block of some sorts. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. So that's why we always transition to the next candle or the 4-hour candle after 10 o'clock. So there's that. I'll add that line there, but again, I do believe we're going to go a little bit deeper into that range. Interesting enough, this entire 4-hour candle. So yeah, I do believe we're going to come back down in there. And again, there's some days where we just go, 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 go. But again, we're inside on a daily. We're in between Monday's candle, yesterday's candle, and today's candle. Pretty much creating a wedge or a flag on the higher time frame. So tomorrow, even Friday, might be the day where we have a definitive move in a direction. All right, so this is probably where I'll mark it out at, given that 16 left in this 5 hasn't been respected. And we kind of got indications of that up here. And the thing is, just get out. Get out. Look at that. Look at that. Bear shoulder black. Testing that. Boom. No results. And one may say, I'm going to go short here. It's just 11 points. I'm entering right here. 11 points. And now we go. So this is LT on the daily. I'm just gonna move this. Let's reuse it. No, let's do this clone. No, that didn't work. 50-minute wick acts as a gap. What I mean by acts as a gap? Well, this is 50% range of the gap that wick there. That's what that means. Mm-hmm. As I suspected. And you know that conviction of you believing it going sideways is valid. Take your profits, get a 5 candle run up, draw liquidity, fail to break above that new day opening gap here. Here, right back down here. So we can get rid of this here. Going in long here, again, you know, we would want to see like a inverse here, this inverse. I don't know where the inverse candle would be. Some up there. Still want to get in there. You can get in at a, I mean, you can, and then you put your stop loss here though. That'll be the thing. If that inversed. Or if they already gap on this side, come down, lock that in. If that aligns with this low here, I here, LT. So we are inside this fair value gap here on the 15. See that run up here? Boom, small little fair value gap here. 6 points. And a premium. Put stop loss for trailing stop loss right here on 8 points. I'll take it. We do have these first presented February gap is actually right here. So we're actually inside of that right now. All right, we hit 50% inside of this wick here. Let's see what the first one, two, three, four. Make it a 5 candle run here. May come for these lows on here, swing lows on here, right at OT. Um, that'll be where I would want to look to get in on an entry. And this is really the first retracement that we've had since this one up here. So maybe get a 5 candle run down here and boom, run up higher. So we'll see what we get. Got a fair value gap forming on the 5 right here. This isn't confirmed yet. This is a 15-minute change instead of delivery. And I'm not sure why that's not showing up. It's just late. This should have alerted. Maybe this one not because of the size of the body. Be something I'll look at later. All right, so there we go. Still a minute left. So we may accumulate here, be an indication that we're gonna either run up higher versus here. Um, see everybody's respecting 50% here. But again, we could run up here and hit this here. This is typical on days like this. So I had this here for the sake of it. And this is where things are get kind of confusing. Like, all right, which way we got this order block here, we got this order block here. Okay. See, so this might be accumulation. This might be the manipulation. Take out these lows on here, and strong cloud kind of run down and risk from up higher, possibly. So this here, I'm gonna take this off. We got all this minute up in New York, oh, man. But one could say this is, market maker mod on this side. Just like stage one, stage two, strong run up. May even get SMTs with a ES. Haven't checked. All right, so we just said OTE. It might be ideally we might be coming down to this new day opening gap down here. I was looking long, and that's one of the biases that I have that I got to work with. Is sitting on your hands and then accepting reality for what it is. You see an entry or a threat to your position. It's something that needs to be fought. You need to be valiente. You need to be brave and sit through it when that's like, hey, that's an indication that it's time to get in on that position, which means get out on your position. Get in on this position. Risk 10 points, maybe you risk 20 points. You just got an 80 plus point move. So risk just 20 points of that. You reach your first milestone, or you hit a milestone in a day, risk was 20 points of that. Not in addition to the 10, but in total 20. And, you know, say, that does hit, but coming down here, look, there's another 50 points. All right, so here we have this here. Do we go short here or do we go long here? Question of the day. And it's a matter of how many points do you want to risk? The width of the stop loss, this is 13 points. So that's valid. I'm looking at it right now saying that's valid. But again, higher time frame, red OTE. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 45 seconds left in this 5K run. If you're convinced that we're coming down to this new day opening gap down here, this is a nice 75-point run with almost this point 75, almost at 50 points, a little bit above 50 points. So, but is this something that you could take if you want to go short? This is 14 points. You got to add 11.5, 14 points is here. Ideally, 16 points to where you want to have your stop loss right above this high right here. And right now, you would be up 12 points. This 75 here will be 33. If your stop loss will be there, you would have to move it here. And still won't be in profit yet. So, granted, you're at the low end of this. And the fact that you went up here, external or internal, and be having this place below this yet, could mean that, hey, just have the expectation that it might not work out. Because like we have here, external, internal, took those out, remember back up, so the same idea here. Took these out again, this fair value gap, Once this fair value gap again, it actually exceeded this fair value gap. It's the wick did. It's actually another fair value gap right in here. Yeah, so there's another fair value gap right in here, right? And then came down, went up again. Bodies. Since we have to send it in anyway. 5 candle run going down. So we got a 5 candle run on the 5. And now we got that displacement. So now I'm like, all right, cool. Let's just sit side here. Which means we also have another leg that we can very well flirt back into, like we have here. See, 50%. Got a body to be able to put something 25% over. And so also lining your quadrants or octanes or whatever. With PD arrays is what you're supposed to do. It says we have here. So beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. These are the types of days that we look for. This type of attitude that we look to have coming in on the day. This is the type of dialogue that we seek to have with ourselves on the day. Um, so exceptional day, Tracy. Love you and proud of you. Very, very proud of you. Very good job. You could very well see these lows on here get taken. Now we're investing this here on the 15. So it's that. This is like a 1.5. It's a area of retracement, so that works there. So let me see here. All right, so 50% is here. That alert, I believe, it's above 50%. Yeah, so that fair value gap we're at right now. Um, this is the area where we can ideally find a retracement. Given where we are in the day, 10:30. Um, this is a 5 minute. It's a 1 minute bullish order block as well. See how that bullet sharp black L on a one. And we got this inverse here too. So you could take it, but again, just be mindful. Yeah, look at that. These are the type of moves we get in a period of consolidation. I do expect this to inverse though on the five. Get rid of this. So we came down to 75% to load this fair gap here. So we got that inverse there. All right, so that's it for me. Very good day, Trace. Exceptional day. Coming in, reading price action. We'll be back at it tomorrow, Friday, um, Monday, Tuesday, and most likely Wednesday. Be tape reading until Thursday. Probably get back in the game on Thursday. So good job. Peace.